Hey guys, we're back with another video. It's me and Lex.
Yeah,
again.
hello.
This week we're making a video about the raid you saw last weekend. Or at least I hope you saw it. If you haven't seen it yet, you should definitely check it out before you watch this video. This video will be a sort of an analysis of the raid we did. It's split in two parts because it's gonna be like one of the parts will be this Friday and the other one will be next Friday.
First up, I will start with a bit of backstory, so you guys can get to know the tribes we fought with, and you can get to know why such situation occurred on the server, and what was the problem between the tribes.
We're gonna start off with some history, and then we will start with the analysis a bit later in the video.
Yep. So in the beginning, there were three big tribes called Trinity North, Trinity Central, and Trinity East. After a while, Trinity Central and Trinity East merged together to wipe out Trinity North, and they merged into a tribe called Terra Nova. Then, after a while, they got bored of the game and started to do some things that affected the server in a really bad way. And we did catch up with them with Dino power and influence on the server, and they also got a bit paranoid of that, so they tried to offline raid us. They offline raided us with a tribe called Katana, and we managed actually to log on meanwhile the siege and defend ourselves. When we killed their last Saurus, they actually got a bit, their morale went down, and we just marched onto their main base and wiped it out completely. One day after that, we also wanted to wipe Katana with the same second, but we got convinced by Terra's leader that they didn't have any interest in raiding us, that just that Terra pushed them to join them to raid us, so we did let them be. And then after some weeks, we noticed that Terror had some leftovers of influence on the server, and after a while again, they went again with Katana and wiped a tribe called Harp Bros, which was previous to Trinity North, because they came back to the server, and Terror and Katana wanted to wipe them again. And when that happened, we were sure that Katana is just an extension of Terra's powers, and that's why we just raided them in upcoming days.
Okay, guys, here you can see the dinos we've chosen, which were actually spent like a couple hours selecting them.
Yeah, I was really stoked up for the raid. So on Monday, like 1 week before, I logged in and I was like writing down, checking stats for every single Rex, every single Giga, writing down the percentage of damage, health, and just selecting what should we take and what to leave in the base.
So here we have like the best dinos we have, or like some of the best at least. We have our best Gigas with the most damage, and we have 6 Rexes. We have brought 2 tank Rexes and 4 damage Rexes. And also we have the Parasiteriums, which are used as a anti-air dino for air defense.
And then you have also the Cross Parasiterium, which is our banner carrier.
Yeah, like emblem thingy. With the cross on.
And then you have 1 Bronto with spawn house on it, which is Hyperion, which have around 10 beds in it, and a chest with armors, crossbows, arrows, and things that you need once you respawn mid-battlefield. And then also you have 1 Bronto with a lot of plants, which is anti-air and pikes between the plants. And you have the third one, which is the highest melee damage Bronto with the Mastercraft saddle, just slamming around dinos for melee damage and damage output in the battle.
Also, really important, if you're gonna raid, you really need to bring food in your dinos. We had some bad experiences with it, that thing, some other raids, last raid, I guess, where the dinos were starving and we lost a couple of gigas to starvation, or not starvation, but they lost a lot of HP and then got killed really easy.
Yeah, so note to yourself, it's really essential to use like 1 hour before the raid or even like 15 minutes or so. Just farm some berries, farm some meat, and just put it in dinos and just keep them to the bottle. It will help you a lot when you have like regen health mid battle.
Okay, so let's get to why we choose the dino we chose. As you saw, we have like the number of dinos here. I actually saw or told you the wrong number of Rexes. We actually only have 5
Yeah,
and
and
not
this
6.
and the scrub also forgot the most essential ones, which are the Quetzes. Don't forget about this because that can get really nasty.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start it off. We have the Giga, which it's not essential, but it's really good for damage. It has a bit shitty HP, considering, or at least now that it's nerfed. So we brought 3 Gigas for damage, which you saw took down a couple Brontos, I think 4 Brontos, if I'm not wrong. So we have the Giga for damage. We have the one Tank Rex, not 2, to soak up some damage, and the 4 other Rexes to like support the Gigas in the Bronto battle and do some damage as well, I guess.
Yeah, and the thing about the Tank Rex, it's most likely to soak up the plant damage we use it for. The Giga part is skippable, but then you will have to get more Rexes with you, maybe 10 or 15 in this situation, if you don't want to take any Gigas. And Rexes for damage, they don't do that great damage as Gigas, but we use them because they have a better mobility in mid battle, and they are better to rotate on and use like go under the Bronto, so it's harder to hit you as well.
Yeah. Also, we have the 3 Parasitariums, which I already said we used for anti-air. We basically build on their backs, we'll try fit as many plants as we can, and use them as either anti-air or just as regular defense. Yeah. So we had 2 or 3 Parasitariums.
We had 2 with plants and 1 with the cross.
The one with the cross.
And you want to remember that if you use them for anti-air, try to station them like not in the middle, at your defense line, sort of, so they kind of both defend your players on riding Gigas. Some people can pick them up to these with Pterans, for example, but also don't have them too far up so they don't die that easy, like or for example Cross, where that one was too high up in the battlefield and it died quite easy from the Bronto.
Also, we have the Brontos, which is also mainly tanks. We have some damage on them. They have like the same base damage as Rexes, but the thing here is they have a much lower attack rate, but the range they hit is absolutely superior to the Rex. So we have like the Brontos are basically tanks, but we have one Bronto especially with the Mastercraft saddle, which Lex already said, which deals a lot of damage.
And the plants on the Bronto are actually really great because then you don't have to station your Parasitariums too far up in the battlefield. You can just move in with the Bronto, tanking all the damage, and then you have also plants protecting in air defense and that's really great. And then you have the Hyperion with the house we had with 10 beds and chest and respawn house basically. That one is kept behind so no one actually sees it. Or it's not, you don't attend any battle with it because it has good HP and good meal damage, but it's mostly stationed back so you can respawn and
yeah, it's like an extra in case we need it.
Yep.
And then we have like the Quetzals, which is like the most essential, as we already said.
When he says most essential, he really means most essential. Like without those Quetzals, that could get really nasty for us as well.
So yeah, we have a quite high damage on the Quetzals. As most of you probably know, there was a huge nerf on the dinos. I think actually the birds got a bit better because they removed the multiplier on the damage. So that's a bit better now. But for Quetzals, I think we go how much melee?
I think we put them on like 400.
400 or something.
Yeah, 400-ish.
And they are great against plants. They are also great against air. We have one Quetzal with plants on the back, which you probably saw in the video. I will show you now, which is called That From Above, which is we use it for air defense, which we have our 2 attack Quetzals, which take out plants, and we also have the Death from Above, which will have plants on its back, just like to cover so no other Quetzals can attack our Quetzals.
Yeah, that I was riding that from above in the battle, and the thing with that one is that it had a bit lower HP than, for example, our other Quetzals, like 7, and that's why we couldn't use it that good for. It wasn't that good for taking out plants. So we sort of planned it out to always be hovering under the other Quetzals, like under the air battle, sort of. So I can always glitch out other Quetzals and support with that, and no one can go in and try to pick off our people as well. And I was either hovering under the air battle or hovering over the Gigas when, for example, Saurus were riding the Giga and trying to kill Brontos. I was hovering above him, so people couldn't pick him up. I was both blocking him and having plants up there, which is really great thing to have in battle.
Yeah, also you probably can see we have some spikes on some of the Quetzals. These are for when enemy Quetzals attack you. They will take tons of damage from these spikes, which they will attack meanwhile attacking you. Which is the reason we have these spikes, if you wonder about that.
Yeah, and that's also really smart to have the spikes between your plants. So when they try to dive in to kill some plants with Quetzals, for example, they also take massive damage from spikes meanwhile, which is really great.
Yeah, so these were the dinos we choose. I don't think there's too much other to say about them.
Yeah, if you have any better tips for dinos or what we could do better, just leave a comment, and that should be really good for us as well.
Yeah, so let's get to the travel part. So here you can see the bases. We have our south base, and you have the Katana base in southwest. And the route we chose to go was along the beaches. The reason we did this was because we had so many large dinos like Brontos and Parasiteriums, and they get stuck really easy on stones, and there's not too much stones on the beaches. And yeah, what we do is we take all the dinos and follow from the Quetzals, and then we fly above them, and we go in a train from our base to the base we are raiding.
Yeah, and for example, we did it Saurus took all Gigas on follow, Chefs took all Rexes, I took Brontos, so we had Jolene on Parasiteriums, and we were flying on the Quetzals. And the second thing, trust me, if you don't move down the beach with this dinos on follow, it will take a fucking shit ton of time, because we moved in 45 minutes, and we had no stops on stones and such. So choose your route wisely.
Okay, so this is what we prepared for the raid. We started the preparation, I think, about a week before we raided, or something like that.
Yeah, at least it was at least 5 days, and we started with me writing down dinos, and then we had Jolie's farming bolts almost all the time. Then we crafted saddles from blueprints, platform saddles, normal saddles, just to up the armor on dinos. And then also we rebuild the structures on, for example, Quetzals, Brontos, and such.
Yeah, and a small pro tip is to put a foundation on the place you are seated on the platforms, because then you can't be gripped, because you are stuck inside the foundation. But you should keep in mind to not put foundation so you can't mount the dino anymore. And also really important to bring a spyglass. Not only to whisper on your own dinos, but also to spot levels and enemy players, of course.
Yeah, and that's the thing I forgot.
Yeah, Lex actually forgot that. Yeah, and also you should definitely bring enough bolts to shoot down. I don't know, you have to scale that up to the base you are raiding. The base we raided, we brought, I think, 200 bolts or something. We did quite many. But we didn't pick up the bolts, or we tried, but I don't think it worked out, because as you can see, I just killed the gray. But yeah, you should bring enough bolts that fits the base, and you should prepare a couple days at least before you raid.
Yeah, pro tip is to have enough bolts to bolt down the whole base. Trust me, it works. Okay, so that was it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. And this video will be splitted in 2 parts. We do really apologize for that, but it's just too much content to analyze, so we had to split it. And the next video will also be more based on like the analysis of the raid, the battles, and things like that.
Yeah, not so much preparation as we had today. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.